engaging and qualifying candidates to jobs and vice versa. Today, MapRecruit platform is used in 20 plus countries, spread across 3 continents, and having 100 plus global enterprise customers. From a scale perspective, we have passed more than 81 million resumes so far, with up to 93% accuracy and 70% recruiter efficiency therein. In short, MapRecruit is helping all our clients to achieve cost optimization up to 30%. To name a few, we are working with the world's top e-commerce enterprise, top beverage corporation, and global leading RPO companies. Who are the leaders behind MapRecruit? We have Shivaji Muktavaram, who is the CEO and founder of MapRecruit. Shivaji is a technocrat, innovator, and entrepreneur. Shivaji comes with extensive software industry exposure from global leaders like Cisco Systems in the US and other startups. Further, with his vast experience in dealing with product innovation, M&A, business growth, and his abilities to set the culture, people mentorship made him think out of the box and innovate during chaos to emerge as a conscious leader. We also have Swami Sri Perambudur. He is the president of MapRecruit. Swami has extensive experience in the global markets and dynamic industries, serving in multiple leadership roles since 1997. In global companies like Verizon, US, he has transformed strategies and processes of startups and turnaround businesses, leading them to be tangible and stable performers. He also holds a patent for an innovation tool he developed to streamline Verizon processes. This is our foundation, the foundation that our leaders have laid down, based on which we are growing strength to strength with global companies and across continents. The intelligence powering our MapRecruit platform include our homegrown knowledge graph, parsers, search and match engines, as well as cognitive chatbots. Perhaps the only player in this market to provide all these tools as one solution. To take this further from here, I would like to invite Mr. Swami to talk more about the technology, functionalities of MapRecruit, and also help our audience with the question, why Freedom Plan? And what is the freedom we are envisaging for our recruiters community? Mr. Swami, over to you.
Thank you, Anand, for inviting me on this fascinating launch of MapRecruit Freedom Plan. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my recruiters, talent acquisition specialists, and HR leaders who are focusing on providing services to USA customers, but joining from all around the world to witness this launch of MapRecruit Freedom Plan on this special day, 4th of July, USA Independence Day. I'd like to first thank you all for joining with us today on a Sunday early morning. Usually on a Sundays, I just go for a bagel and coffee, but you guys are here, and that too on a long weekend. We much appreciate for spending your valuable time with us. Not only that, I would like to extend our gratitude to all your family members for allowing you to join with us. But why this sacrifice on a holiday? Because recruiting matters to you, and more importantly, the frictionless recruiting. I'm sure you agree with me, don't you? As Anand mentioned, we have started the journey of MapRecruit 6 years back. And it took more than 2 years to build the comprehensive MapRecruit platform, which provides end-to-end cognitive AI-based talent acquisition and helps enterprise customers to fill thousands of open positions without any friction. And then we never looked back. We went on implementing MapRecruit platform, solving recruitment problems of enterprise customers around the world. And we are happy to mention that the world's top 2 companies in staffing. I'm sure you being a recruiter, you can easily guess it. You're right. They are none other than Adecco and Randstad, which are using our platform since last many years. And now our product is being used in more than 20 countries with the capability of parsing resume in more than 30 plus languages. Because when we are talking to some companies, some countries like Japan or Germany or French, some of these resume, depending upon the type of the job, those are in their native language. But then there are not many tools are available to parse a French resume, a Dutch resume, or a German resume, but our platform does. And we are helping, all the customers and job seekers around the globe to communicate in more than 105 languages. Because even though sometimes you have a resume in English, but you are more preferred or more happy to talk in your own language, but there is not that platform is available to converse. And especially now, this is the era of automation. All the chatbots are coming, but many chatbots are not able to talk to your own language. Maybe if I'm speaking in Latin, I'm very comfortable in Spanish, but the chatbot is not able to speak with Spanish, then it is not going to help you. So that's why we have integrated our chatbot, which is more than 105 plus languages, which can do conversation with the hiring managers or the job seekers, and that we configured onto career site of these enterprise customers. But the biggest question, as Anand was saying, now the question is, what is MapRecruit Freedom Plan? Why it matters, and why are we launching now? Before I talk about it, I have a special place in my heart for all recruiters and talent acquisition specialists, because you not only just fill the position per se, but you actually change lives, which is our motto, right? You change lives of people by providing the right jobs. As you can see, the pandemic, there are so many people lost the jobs. Who are they really looking up to? They are only looking up to these recruiters. Even though they want to work for top companies, maybe Amazon, Google, Microsoft, or the vaccine companies like Pfizer, Sanofi. There are many companies you can list, but that if you want to reach out to them, your first goal is to talk to those recruiters, which is you. So you are in a right spot. That's why what I say, you are doing a great service to the community at large. And in short, personally, I should call you, or I love to call you as a matchmaker, because you are matching the employee and the employer. If they both are not with the same culture, with the same mindset, what happens to this organization? What happens to this community? You will never get the products out. If you are able to get this vaccination for this COVID so fast, it is only because of those talent and those companies who are believing in that talent. And who made it happen? You, which is the recruiter. But however, how do you do that? Today, many of you may not have enough tools to do your job with ease. And in working with many recruiters around the world since our journey of this last 6 years, what we found was, or maybe more, because me and Shivaji were working a long time in Silicon Valley, and we exactly faced this problem of hiring the right talent. So we have been always in constant touch with talking to the recruiters. And what we found very surprisingly, and maybe you will agree, it may not be surprise to you, that more than 60% of this recruiter's time is being used in collating a lot of data from multiple spreadsheets or from different data sources, depending upon the company where you are. And you consume a lot of time in identifying the right resource, going through the hundreds of source resume. First of all, you need to source the resume. And sometimes you get hundreds of resume, but then how do you know 450th person in the 500 resume lot is the right person? How much time you need to spend? That's right. So that's why you do not have the right tools to do your job efficiently. And what happens? All this leads to a laborious work, which many of recruiters do not enjoy. I'm sure you agree with me that one task which every recruiter enjoy Can you guess? Again, you're right, because you are the recruiter. You're spending your quality time with whom? You want to spend your quality time with job seeker to make him or her understand about the position. And you also want to spend time with the hiring manager so you can make him or her understand the job seeker who you shortlisted is the great fit, proficiently, culturally, experience wise, whatever is the criteria, you have done your job. That is where you really want to spend your time. But are you doing that today? No. That is where our freedom plan will help the recruiters to spend most of their quality time with job seekers and hiring managers. And the rest of critical and repetitive work like sourcing resumes, screening them, identifying who is more suitable for this given position, and if the identified job seeker is available or not. Because sometimes identification itself is a problem. After identification, if the job seeker must be available. If the job seeker is available, you should be able to give him or her the more information about the organization where the job is open. If you don't spend more time with the organization, then how can you really do? So this is very, very important. That's why our platform is taking care of all the repetitive tasks. So in the 8 hours, if the 60% is repetitive tasks, now 60% is taken care by the MapRecruit. So now what will you do with that time? So that is where you will find now suddenly a lot of time to see how can you do a work-life balance, because I know a lot of these recruiters work long hours because to identify the job seekers in whatever the times available, right? So that is where we are giving this freedom plan to you. And then what happened? If you are looking at again our history, even though MapRecruit has started with a focus on enterprise segment, we realized the need of this platform in every segment or every recruiter must have. So we have scaled down to suitable for this SMB staffing agencies and the freelance recruiters, so that you can use this platform to an extent you can complete all your requirements through this platform. Even though you are not an enterprise customer, the platform what we have catered or tailor made for SMB segment. And that is why, my friends, it is very, very important. And this is not an easy task. We have been working since last few months and created this freedom plan, a self-service portal, because when we are giving a freedom, we want to make it very self-service so that the recruiter will come onto our site, they will find out our platform, they will start using it. And what would be the best day to launch this? That's why we thought, freedom plan release on a freedom day, which is today, 4th of July, Independence Day. So this freedom plan will help you to get at least 10 times faster to identify the right resource and screen them, with a 30% reduction in overall cost, along with 5 times better candidate engagement, because you are able to identify the resource through our portal, our platform, and you are getting all the time, but then you also need to engage with the candidate. And sometimes you need to call 10 times, whether you are available or not. So the platform is able to take, and also giving a better user experience to the job seeker. So the MapRecruit Freedom Plan also gives you the ATS. All the enterprise customers has ATS, but most of the SMB segments may not have the ATS. So how do you know the system of record, where to do, how to follow up? So all that is taken care by the MapRecruit. So we are really designed this package specific to the SMB segment. We have been in your shoes. We understand your pain points. We have gone through the journey. So we thought this will be a great platter for you, giving all these wide varieties, because this is our AI powered platform, which helps the recruiter to schedule live or video interviews as well with job seekers and hiring managers after, of course, after the pre-qualification is completed, which will be again done by our platform because it is AI enabled. So all the pre-qualification, the asking the questions, either the video or the audio or the texting, all those things can be taken care. So that's why what we believe that we do understand most of the SMB staffing agencies may not have enough recruiters to fulfill the requirements on hand, because you get so many requirements. When I'm talking to many different recruiters, SMB agencies, they're getting 50 or 100 requirements on every day, but you do not have enough team to support that. So sometimes you're losing that opportunity. So that is where we thought, this will be a better tool for you to use it. But then what is all about this tool, how this tool will work? So let me walk you through few key modules, MapRecruit platform, to help you understand more before we actually launch this Freedom Plan, a self-service portal to all recruiters and talent acquisition in SMB segment. And as you know, we are just more focusing on the benefits and key modules. This may be very overwhelming for you, but I request you, after this call, schedule a specific demo with us, and we are happy to go through all the demo. So that will help you to see what is really happening and how all these things will be helping you all. In between, I think our friend might have already told Anand to everybody that all the Q&A can be taken care by all our team. So if you have any questions, please keep using your chat. You can also be on our YouTube if you are. So our team is already there. Please post your questions on our chat or YouTube. Then we will be answering. There will be a Q&A session at the end as per the agenda. But if you still need more information, please feel free to reach out to us after this. I hope you all are able to see my screen. So historically, what is the problem of the recruiting? There are average 250 applications per job, and there are more than 85% of applications are unsuitable, because sometimes you see a director position. I'm seeing this batch of 2021, when the people are coming from the local universities, these people are not able to, they are just going ahead and applying the whole thing. They are not thinking about whether you are suitable or not suitable. So that is where we know that most of these 85% applications are unsuitable, because people who are sometimes job seekers always think that they are qualified from their perspective, but as a recruiter, whether that person who is applying is really capable or not. And as I mentioned, you guys are really working long hours, but still the person, the job seeker, may want to apply for a job 10 in the night. So you don't expect people to be available, or the recruiters to be available 10 in the night in that time zone, right? Because now we are becoming a global company. People are there across the globe, and you are trying to address the US market. Doesn't mean that you are always available 24/7. So 42% are missing out the during hours. And then, as I mentioned, you need more than 50% time to follow up. And again, 80% are explorers. So I don't need to really talk about what are your pain points. You really know about your pain points. And the famous quote, what I always hear, and I always think you also will agree with me, that you post a job in a Dice or Indeed or anybody, and what do? You pray the God, whoever you like. Okay, I hope there will be so many job seekers will be applying. So post and pray syndrome. That's why, most of the time you're not really getting the benefit of it, right? So that is where the platform is. If you look at it, in your typical journey, you have these job seekers in the top of the funnel. There are so many job seekers are there, but then every person may not be really applying to the job. So when you are posting, then you have a specific candidates are there, but you don't know. As I mentioned, if you are taking you are trying to recruit a Java developer and you have 500 resume, but all those candidates may not be the suitable applicants. And once they are suitable with our matching and ranking, that is where you have the source AI, match AI, engage AI, and qualify AI. So we'll go through in detail, and then they will become an employee. As you can see, the hard work, the total my team has spent is on in defining the knowledge graph, which is in the circle where, you have this NLP, NLU, NR, because we are using all the latest technologies, AI, machine learning. We built the knowledge graph going through so much of hardships to make sure we are getting the right data, which is again in the front end, you are seeing this source AI, match AI, engage AI, and qualify AI. But how does this all work? So let us take our Java developer example. So the hiring manager first comes and say, okay, I need a Java developer. And as a recruiter, most of the time hiring managers are very in a hurry. They may not give you the detailed job description. So if you just have a limited knowledge, how will you go and get the right candidate? That is where our AI powered knowledge graph will help you to enhance the job description. So our platform will first tell you, okay, you have this job, but I think based on your industry, let us say you are recruiting for Walmart. So if you're recruiting for Walmart, then they will say that, okay, you are going through the retail industry and you need to look at these technology skills, and this is the industry skills. These are the mandatory, these are the preferred skills. It will give you the extrapolate all the information based on our deep dive knowledge on the specific industry and also the position which the hiring manager want to fill in. Then we have the job description parser, what we simply call as a JD parser, which will come in and it will extrapolate all the JD into more than 30 plus attributes. After that, it will create a query and it will go to all the job boards. So you all may have the job board credentials, either the DICE or Career Builder or Indeed, but you don't know how to get all those qualified resumes. So that is where our query will go and get all those resumes. And then we have a resume parser, which will parse through all the resumes and gets at least 90 plus attributes. And then the attributes from the resume and the attributes from the JD will be matching. And that is where our match AI will kick in, giving you that matching and ranking, saying that, okay, now I have received this 500 resumes and I have this Java developer position. So I will be doing at least these 50 profiles are matching more than 98%. So obviously, why you want to go through all these 500 resume, because my platform already does. So you focus only on those top 50 resumes which are really matching to that criteria what hiring manager is planning to fill in. And then how do you engage? Then our engage AI will come in to communicate with them with a branded communication, saying that, okay, you have a job in Walmart, your profile has been shortlisted, do you want to apply? Then you give us the WhatsApp, SMS, because I know many of the people are always on the WhatsApp, or the SMS is very quick way to do it. And then you also have a phone and video bot. So all the communication, that's why multi-channel communication will be used through Engage AI, but the power will be with the recruiter to see which one you want to kick in. And once you have done, it is of course doing a AI-based knockout question, because if there is a relocation is required, it will be asking automatically whether you're really ready to relocate or you're already in that position. If that is not the case, then it will, even though it is a qualified resume, but it is not suitable for us because the person is not in that location, not ready to relocate, it will disqualify and then go to the next one. But when it is already identified, the person is already there, then you want to schedule. But then how do you schedule? As a recruiter, you already have the timings and the calendar availability from the hiring manager. That will come to our Qualify AI, where we have the scheduling services. And then again, you can do a one-way video interview or a live video interview. All that options will be available. So we will be going through all that in detail in a demo once you set up some time with us. With the limited time, we just want to give you all the options are available. And I'm sure this is the journey, because you are more important. The most important thing to the recruiter is how many positions can you fill in? The outcome matters. So that is where MapRecruit is coming. We will go through all this journey, but will help you to see outcome matters. So today, what we are doing is that, okay, how many positions are you trying to fill in? Today, if you are thinking with your capacity, you are only filling 20 positions per month. We want to make it double or triple with our platform, because it will do all this repetitive tasks. It is giving you, as you can see, the sourcing, matching, engage, and qualify. All those things are completely automated, and it is AI driven and machine learning. So a lot of those things will be taken care by the platform itself. You just need to see what is your criteria, and you will, again, as you go through this process of using the platform, you get more and more information, and then you can customize it the way how you want it, because we have given you all the levers. So it is almost like, I'm giving you a Ferrari on a highway. Whether you want to go at a slow speed or high speed depends on you. So that's why that is the freedom I want to give you, the recruiter. I will give you a fantastic car on your hand and see how you want to drive it based on your needs. And this is a classic typical picture what you all will be seeing, the one what I just explained, right from the job description to the profile sourcing, which is a very, very critical time for everybody. And then also it is not cheap, right? If you download 100 resumes from Indeed or Dice, I think probably you'll be spending $100. But with our MapRecruit platform, before you download, you will go through which one is already the criteria. It is shortlisting the criteria. So you're only, going to get 20 resume, 30 resume, which are suitable. So you are every step, we are making sure we are giving you the efficiency and giving you the explainable AI, because some of these positions also focus on diversity and inclusion. So we want to be very careful. Why are you choosing this person, on what basis? So the explanation is also given. And we also are going through the multi-channel, so that if you are working on a blue collar or white collar or a scientific weather, you may be using any of the channel available. And we also use one other component called EQ, the emotional quotient, so that when people are sending taking the interview, all those signals will be processed through our digital signal processing to see, is this guy is really ready to do the change? He may be a good candidate, but is he really ready to do? So there are many things we have, giving you. It is for you to test the platform, use the platform, and get into it. So again, my friends, this is a very special day you guys have joined, and that's why we are considering everything as a persona based. We have enlarged, taken this into 3 personas, one with a customer, where the hiring manager is all about whether it is compliance or not, because I know there are so many laws, regulatory things are coming into picture, whether I'm a GDPR compliant, whether is my data is secured, whether you have a CCPA. When you are looking at the companies at the SMB, you may not have the chief data officer, chief security officer, you may not have all these big titles. You are just having a small recruiting firm and you just want to fill the positions. But then how do you take care? And as you know, when you are working with these bigger companies, the penalties and all will be high. So that is why we considered all those things and putting in the platform. You don't need to worry about all unnecessary things which are not your forte. Your forte is go get the business, finish the business. That is what we will help you. So that's why the hiring manager persona and the HR manager, whoever is doing on the security, all that is taken care. Then the main is recruiter, you. How do you manage your time? So all that we have taken, and you are definitely sure to increase 10 times. And of course, our friend job seeker, he has to have a better experience. So my friends, so that is what is all about the Freedom Plan. And this is the official launch of our MapRecruit. So Anand, back to you.
Thank you so much, Swami. I think it was a detailed explanation of what MapRecruit can do for a recruiter community. And I now invite you, Swami, to officially launch the Freedom Plan and unleash the power of frictionless recruiting for a recruiter community.
Are you all ready for the freedom?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go and see what the Freedom Plan is all about. So I really appreciate for all the team behind making this Freedom Plan ready on the Independence Day. So it was a hard negotiations. We have told the team, it has to be ready, and the team has worked sleepless nights. So thanks, Vinay, Sandeep, Pratik, all the team who are involved in this. We really give a big kudos for making this freedom plan available to our friends in the recruitment community to enjoy the real freedom on 4th of July, 2021. Sky is the limit with this platform. But let us look at a few more things on what is this platform. We'll talk about and give you a little bit about the pricing. As you now understand what is this platform and how it is going to be helping, but I'm sure, okay, how much is going to cost? You are giving me a Ferrari. Am I going to spend millions of dollars? What will be my thing, right? So I'm sure everybody will be thinking on those things. So let me just share. It is, always precious things come in a small number, like, the diamonds are few. So similar to that, MapRecruit SMB plan is to very few SMB people, and we will make sure it will not give you big hole to your wallet. In fact, it is only going to create your wallet big to get more money into your wallet, because that's the freedom we want to give you. So this is, first of all, this is completely free for 14 days. We want you to first test it. As you all know, you want to do a test drive of the Ferrari. So you will want to do a test drive of MapRecruit. You want to see whether it is really giving you what you are envisioning about the platform, right? So you have a monthly and annual billing. And if you are signing up for annual, and today on a launch special, we did a discount because, again, as I said, we really love our friends in recruit and industry, so that they want to have this gigantic opportunity with a freedom and a less investment from their side. So we're giving it 2 months free if you're signing up in this month in July. Even though it is launched today, we are extending for the whole month. So it is going to be a 2 months free for annual. But what are we covering, right? So today, as we discussed, I will be giving you an option. Once you have your own sourcing and you have all the resumes, because most of the recruiters today have the Dice or Indeed or Career Builder, whatever the job board you have, but you have the resume, but you don't know which resume is good. So you have the option to come to our platform and put all this, your resumes for this particular position, and then say, okay, whether it is really helping you or not, matching and ranking. So let us say you are using that matching and ranking. You have shortlisted either 10 or 20 profiles. Then you can immediately go ahead and use our multi-channel interviews. Either you can connect with the potential job seeker to either through audio or video or a chatbot. We have all those things. And if you are also want to use, ATS is free in the standard package. So you just go ahead and use the ATS. And if you think, I don't have a job board, I want MapRecruit to help me even from the sourcing, yes, we can even do that. And all that is, again, at a very limited cost. And of course, if you want the sourcing automation to be done, that is also given. So a lot of these options are given in the platform. It is all self-service. You can actually go in each one of it and see which one is good. And I request everybody to either start with standard or premium, so that you can get to use all our features and then decide which package will be suitable for you. Because depending upon your requirement, you may be good with standard, you may want with the premium, or you want to start with basic. As we all know, one size does not fit everyone. It all depends on you, what you want to use. And you have any other special needs, you want some integration, you want customer, you may be as SMB, but you are working in a bigger scale, always reach out to us for any other ideas, because you guys know about your market well. We are a technology people. Our goal is to see how can we help. So any feedback, anything you feel is good, feel free to reach out to us at freedom@maprecruit.ai. And what our team also did was, because it is a self-service portal, we have created all the FAQs. And all these FAQs are very much self-explanatory, right? There may be a lot of things. And today, even we are not asking any credit card information, right? So you just come to our place, you just use the platform, enjoy the liberty, enjoy the freedom, and get your business go at a 3x or 5x or 10x, depending upon how much you want to use it, how much you have the capability to run the show on this platform. And of course, we are always there. And many of you may be in IT, focusing only on IT fulfillment, or maybe you're focusing on healthcare. So we have done some beautiful things in each industry. As I mentioned, we have 20 plus domain knowledge in 20 plus industries. So we can help you if you are going into certain specific industry. We can help you. So that's why we are also giving you the language support. If you are focusing more on a blue collar jobs or a white collar jobs or a healthcare jobs or telecommunication jobs. So there are certain things we can help you to enable. So please reach out to us. So all this is, very much self-explanatory, and we have given, this is a complete SaaS offering. So you don't need to do any installations. You don't need to do anything. We will give you a login ID. Of course, we need to do all this verification. So that is where if you click on any of this 14-day trial, it will open a registration page. We'll just ask you a simple information just to make sure, because we are an automation company. So we know whether you are really a human, because though we use all the bots, but this platform is to humans, right? So we want to make sure you are a human and you are entering all the required data, and then feel free to give all this information. And that's it. Once you select, then our automation will kick in, and then it will validate, and it will give you the access so that you will have the magical keys in your hands to drive your journey with happiness in mind at a higher speed. So that's all about MapRecruit Freedom Plan. My friends, anyone has any questions, I'll give back to Anand.
Yes, thank you so much, Swami, again for the launch of the plan and enabling the recruiters to have friction-free access to the plan itself to then get into frictionless recruitment. Thanks again for that. So there are multiple questions that have come in through the chats here as well as on the YouTube. Just before getting into those questions, Swami, as an outsider, if you have to ask the leadership team at MapRecruit, I know that we have been working with the biggest of the biggest corporations across the globe, not just US. It's across 3 continents that we are working on. But now, Freedom Plan. So in this period, when most of these small businesses are struggling with the pandemic and the related impacts. So what was the idea and the thinking behind by the leadership to launch this today, and how this technology enabler will take our small recruiters, multifold?
So good question, Anand. So first of all, as you all seen, the automation is there since long time, but the adoption of the automation is not at that rate. But what happened in 2020 when COVID hit? Everybody, did we ever thought about India going work from home? It was so many strict laws and all. They said work from home, it is not possible. But suddenly the globe immediately went to work from home because the adoption has been there. It is not because of their choice. There is no choice. They have to go, right? So similarly, when we have seen a lot of these corporations in certain sectors have increased in demand. So when we are working with one of the big retail food chain, they said a lot of people are staying at home and they are all eating chips, and then suddenly the chips manufacturing has increased. But then I need to hire thousands of people per month. But how do I do it? So where can I go? So that is where MapRecruit came. When we are working all this enterprise customer, then there are so many other people have been approaching us saying, I have some 10 needs for fulfillment or 15 needs, because if you look at it in 2021 or even the last quarter of 2020, suddenly people have been stabilized. People learn how to live with the COVID, especially in the US segment and the Europe segment. So suddenly the increase of jobs have increased, right? So there are many jobs have opened, and now a lot of the job seekers are available and they are very hot. A lot of jobs are there. But then the recruiter is saying, okay, how do I really do a matchmaking? How do? I don't have the big tools. Are you really only catering to those people? Can you help me something in my SMB segment? So with all those requests, we thought, okay, we will make this freedom plan available for this SMB segment so they can come in and they can start using it. So that is why we thought it will be there. But when we decided this as a freedom plan and COVID has proven that adoption is there, So since last few months, we have been working, and we thought, July would be the best time to do because we want to first go with the US customer segment. Then we will be eventually expanding to other markets, other geographic locations. And the US, as we all know, the freedom means 4th July. And we thought, that would be a best way. So it is all a combination of the events and the request and the market adaptability, the adoption, and overall how the total changes is happening around the world. So we are cognizant about all these things. And then at the leadership in MapRecruit, we had a boardroom meeting, and we thought, this would be the best time, best plan for this segment. So that's how there are many parameters have come, and we are here.
All right. Thank you so much. Dear recruiters, the reason why I brought up this question was also to lead to the pointer that, both Swami and Shivaji, so they have been involved in, many programs like Leadership in Crisis, where they have been bringing out a lot of podcasts and enabling, the common man to, become really professional. And I truly believe that the difference between a normal recruiter and a large corporation is really the technology adoption. And that's where the leadership has come about and said, hey, I will make available this technology to anybody who wants to use. And I think that's a game changer. So look forward to engaging with you all. Post this program, we'll have links to many of the podcasts and other white papers, etc., that we definitely want to make available to all of you to use, enjoy, and engage with us. Any questions later on, please feel free to set up a time with us, and we'll be happy to work with you and engage with you.
Yeah, thank you, Anand. I just want to highlight in one point to all the recruiters, MapRecruit philosophy is change lives for good. So our philosophy, how can we contribute to the world at large with our automation, our platform, to make sure we are bringing a positive change and vibe in the world at large, so that as a job seeker, I should feel I should have a platform where I don't need to go to multiple screens to apply for one position. Because today, if you go to any of these platforms, they say, okay, they will be giving a link, then it will be sent to another link, and then there will be another link. So there will be like a 3-4 links you have to do. But now with our chatbot, you are just at one place. Whatever the question you have, even today, my chatbot will say, you are applying for this position, please give the resume. And then it also will help you. Okay, I think there are also multiple positions open. Do you want to apply those? It will be giving you a very conversational candidate. It's almost treats like mentor. You are a job seeker. You are going to a mentor. It will scan through all your resume. It will ask you all the right questions. It will take, of course, your consent, and then give you all the options to see. And from the recruitment perspective, you are really trying to use your time wisely to build the relationship. The relationship in this industry and in life, personally, professionally, is very, very important. That takes you a long way. So that is where we are trying to give all the time available to all the people, job seekers, hiring managers, and recruiters, and use your qualified time wisely, have a work-life balance, and also focus on sustainable energy and all, using all this adoption of this automation for good. As you all know, AI is transforming the world. So it is very much inevitable. If you are not part of the change will displace you. So think about it, how you want to go forward as an individual, as a professional, as a personal in this industry, to see if you are a quick adopter, it will help you.
Thank you, Swami. Thank you so much. So we have a couple of questions, that have come in on various chatbots. So let me take one. Mike from Utah is asking this question. Hey, I'm a freelancer recruiter. Can I run my entire recruiting staffing business with MapRecruit Freedom Plan, or do I need any other tools or subscriptions?
So once you are on MapRecruit, that's all you need in terms of running the entire staffing and recruiting. However, if you have any job boards already subscription, like Dice or Indeed for your resumes, we can integrate that. We can use that credentials. But as I said, the entire Source AI, Match AI, Engage AI, Qualify AI, all this platform, the end-to-end talent acquisition will happen on this platform. So you don't need to have too many people running this. but you want your recruiters to be available to do their most important job of having a happy time with the job seeker and the hiring manager in an intellectual discussion.
Wonderful. Hope, Mike, that answers your question. Next, Ronald from Detroit is asking, is our data safe with MapRecruit? And our clients are very picky on the data security. What is MapRecruit's plan on data security, especially California kind of regions, and many more which are very data sensitive?
Now, the good question, Anand, and as I told you in my previous presentation, it is very, very important and it is close to our hearts, saying that we will absolutely take utmost care in all the data. So that is why we are using all our, first of all, our platform is on cloud. So we are using the AWS cloud, which is already secured. And also we are taking care of the GDPR. So we have all our servers in those respective geographic locations. So for all the US side, we have the servers in US. For all the Europe side, we have servers in the Europe. For all the Asia, we have in the Asia. And we also taken into consideration of all the possible compliance practices, so that, especially as I mentioned, California, we are completely CCPA compliant. It is GDPR compliant. We have a SOC 2 certification. The security is highest priority to us, so that we have taken care. So the security, the compliance are two critical things. And especially we are in the HR industry. The people are our assets, and we have to make sure all those assets are fully secured for us.
Thank you, Swami. This question is from Reena from New Jersey. Hey, what if I bring in all the current resume database that I have into the MapRecruit system? Will it be safe, or will you be using my resumes for other customers as well? Please clarify.
So as I said, the data security, the data privacy is very important. So whenever you come into using our platform, you will have your own specified instance. All the data will be available only to you. Even in larger customers, they will be using for their own internal multiple customers. Even within those multiple customers, we will not be sharing the data. So once we define anything, either internally or externally for one particular customer, that will be secured only to that customer. That's why this compliance and security, the way how we have configured is very, very critical. We are giving only to access to that data that will be there. So we'll not be using any of the data. Data is the key, and we are very much aware of it. And we have taken all the precautions to secure the data and give you the enough credentials only to access the relevant data which you are qualified for.
Yeah, thank you, Swami. Next question is, what kind of support can we expect from MapRecruit team once we subscribe? Do we have a round-the-clock support and technical as well as non-technical?
So first of all, for the SMB segment, it is a self-service portal. So we want to make sure to give you all the trainings and the videos for you to go through it and use it. But we are being in automation and we are spread across the globe. So always we are just one click away. Freedom@MapRecruit.ai is your one-stop shop. You just send out an email. One of us will be there, and the humans will be touching to you and talking to you, not our chatbots.
Wonderful, Swami. Next question from Stella from Dallas. Do you support Spanish? We have many clients who deal with Spanish employees, and they would like to have this resumes as well in Spanish. Does MapRecruit support this kind of multilingual requirements?
Good question. In our chatbot, as I mentioned, as a conversational discussion, we support more than 105 languages. So almost in my knowledge, that will suffice. Anybody on this planet of Earth can speak 105 languages. It is supporting at least the conversational. From the resume and the other important elements of using the language, not in the conversation, we have been working with many different countries. There is a need, and we have already developed, and it is a continuous development. So right now we are supporting more than 30 languages to be used in the resumes or used in our platform, because we work in Spanish, we work in French, we work in Dutch, we work in Germany, we work in Japanese. So there are many requirements have come in, and we have already been proving. And it is only if you come up with a new requirement, we already set up a framework to go beyond 30 languages as well. But right now we have 30 plus languages, which will help you to look at those resume in those languages, and it will pass through. And Spanish is already part of it, so you are good, Stella.
Thank you. Last question. I don't have the name, but from California. If I have taken annual subscription of the basic freedom plan, can I upgrade to standard or premium midway?
So that is the beauty of our freedom plan. We really want to give you the freedom. You select either the small package and then upgrade to standard or premium, or you select a premium and come down depending upon what is your usage. So we're happy to do it, but we at least request you to start with standard so that you are able to connect with all the features. And that is why we're also giving you a 2-week trial notice so that you can go through all that and see which one is best. So from the platform perspective, as we have said, we have all those Source AI, Match AI, Engage AI, Qualify AI, and our chatbot and ATS, which many of the SMB may not have. So all those features are there. So when you are really planning to use all those features, take your standard depending on the size of the organization. If you are thinking you are just a freelance recruiter, you just want to use, of course, you can go to the basic, and suddenly you have improved your business and you became a little bit bigger than what you are, and then you require ATS, you can always upgrade to standard or premium. And suddenly you got a big project and you want to do some custom integrations or anything, we also do a lot of custom work, resume enrichment. There are many things MapRecruit does. So feel free to reach out to our executives to discuss your plan, because everyone is not same. So we have gone with the standard packages of basic, standard, premium. But if your requirement is something different, please talk to us, reach out to us. We are here to help you. Our main goal is to give you end-to-end talent acquisition. That is what is our goal. So it will help you to minimize all your time on the repetitive task and maximize your quality time to do whatever you want. So whatever may be your situation, if whatever we have explained and whatever the packages we are giving, if you think there is something else you want or something you want to deviation, please feel free to reach out to us. We will look at each engagement one-on-one and see how it will be feasible to accommodate your requests. Of course, we cannot promise all the changes at once, but we will see what will be our product roadmap, or what will be our philosophy, our culture, as long as everything is in line with our ideas and what we are going to. And if it is helping you at large, we will help you to do whatever is needed. So thank you again, Anand. I really appreciate for all those wonderful questions and making this time on this 4th July Independence Day. And again, thank you all the recruiters for joining. Over to you, Anand.
Thank you so much, Swami, for clarifying most of the questions. Of course, there are some more questions left out, but this is what I'm going to cover in my closing note. Certainly, I think the commitment from the leadership team here is very clear. This is not the one and only event, and then we are only going to look at you when you are getting into the sales. The team here is here to work with you for the next many weeks, engaging with you on webinar every Wednesday, starting from July 14th onwards, where we'll again, give you a deep dive into the processes, the subscription plans, and the use cases that can be used with our freedom plan. So please make sure that you block your diaries and join us on these webinars, where we'll clarify more of your queries and add value for you to get enabled and get the freedom. Same Zoom ID and passcode will be freedom, which is the same thing which we are using for the current webinar. We will be publishing all our updates, all new developments, new upgrades on our LinkedIn, YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. So please make sure that you subscribe and are available for being the first one to get all these updates. And again, we are very, very excited that you have joined this webinar and you are serious about getting success and freedom with the technology enablement that MapRecruit Freedom Plan is giving to you. Stay safe, stay connected. We'll see you in every week from now on for the next 3-4 weeks. Thank you, Swami, again for making this webinar a success. And yes, we'll stay engaged. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you all. Just as a reminder, every Wednesday in this entire July, starting from 14th at 10 a.m. Eastern, you can log in, you can ask any questions, you can go through the webinar. We will be going through some demos. Today we have covered all the plans and all, but there will be a product demo. So a lot of the interesting information will be given on every Wednesday. And if you have anything specific for your own custom company and you want to bring some 5 to 10 recruiters from your company, you want some product demo, you want some training, anything you have specific